Hi guys. So I wanted to do this really quick video. Something is really bothering me, and I know I've voiced it. Some of you may follow me on X, and you will have seen that I've voiced it there. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to come here and just demonstrate the absurdity of Lively's claims. So this is her complaint, her first complaint actually. I think they all have the same allegations. These two particular allegations, which are very similar in nature in terms of what it was she was actually complaining about, they actually also occurred on the same day. So this is the day that the bar scene was filmed. We've seen that. Okay. At the start of the day, she wore a low cut dress to facilitate breastfeeding, but had it covered up with a coat. The jacket briefly popped open at one point to reveal the dress. Mr. Baldoni commented how much he liked her outfit, which flustered Miss Lively, right? And when I read that, when I first read that, which flustered Miss Lively, I was like, woman, why are you serious? Like, that flustered you? I was just absolutely ridiculous. Then later that day, they were doing, I think it was the bar scene. And she says, he said that he wanted to see her onesie under the coat because it was zipped low to reveal her lace bra. She has slightly changed that now because that implies that he said he wanted to see it. He wanted to see her onesie because he wanted to see her lace bra. But that's absolutely not what happened. And I think she's kind of walked it back a little bit to say, that she believes it's because he wanted to see her lace bra. Anyway, so these two allegations, collectively, what they tell me is like Blake Lively struggles to dress herself appropriately. But still, I like this is actually during the first phase, right? So this is all during phase one of the shooting, yeah, where all the complaints were. Lively, by her own admission, everything went fine for phase two, largely because she had full control, etc., and she had her leverage. Let's just go down to this, right? Let's look at the emotional impact as she describes this, right? We've seen her claims. Let's just remind ourselves of the emotional trauma she was alleging from these claims, right? The emotional impact on Miss Lively has been extreme, not only affecting her, but her family, including her husband and 4 children. There are days when she has struggled to get out of bed. And she frequently chooses not to venture outside in public. Now, she's saying this despite the fact that she has done a whole other film in Italy. She has been to several Taylor Swift concerts. She's been to various birthday parties and had dinners out with loads of friends. And, been to London to join her husband whilst he was filming Deadpool. But, take her word for it. She could not get out of bed. Why? Sorry, I just can't take this woman seriously. While she has fought to maintain her personal life and business interests behind closed doors, she has suffered from grief, fear, trauma, and extreme anxiety. She has also been experiencing repeated and painful physical symptoms as a result of this experience. I don't understand what painful physical symptoms she would have experienced, but Mr. Reynolds, too, has been affected mentally, physically, and professionally by his wife's and children's pain. And this is a bit that bothers me. Worst of all, however, has been the impact on their young children who have been traumatized, emotionally uprooted in ways that have substantially impacted their well-being. Now, I'd love to know how the fuck that happened. How? These things apparently happened on set. How? But anyway, and then it made me kind of think, like, when the videos come out that were unsealed as part of the motion for summary judgment, we obviously had that hospital scene. The one that Lively wrote She did several unscripted kisses in, and she was also in charge of the wardrobe very much by this point. If she wasn't already, which we, again, according to her own PGA letter, she was, but certainly by phase two, she had total control. So, again, shout out to Docket Updates for just making this so accessible. Let's look at the video, shall we? Let's make that a little bigger. Check the sounds on. Yep. Look at what she's watching. I'll try to pause it.
Camera set.
And background. Action, Blake. June.
Is that not the definition of her top being unzipped or unbuttoned or whatever it is? You know, but a woman who's been traumatized on at least 2 occasions in her own allegations by her top being a bit low and Baldoni leering at her, gesturing to her, saying he liked her outfit, and it's traumatized her to the point where she could not get out of bed. But she has total control over the scene, and you know, this is how she has dressed her character. Her boobs bouncing all over the place, and her top clearly unbuttoned, which is more than necessary, in my opinion. But okay, let's continue and just see what happens with her interaction with Baldoni. Let's just see if we can see any fear or flustering that she complained of, you know, when she, you know, becomes in the same space as her purported harasser.
I promise you, you have absolutely nothing to be scared of, okay? I've done this surgery so many times, all right? All you gotta do is close your eyes and you're gonna be great, all right? Bye, Emily. I'll see you later.
Hi, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what are you?
No, I just.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, you forgot this.
Wait, what?
Bye.
No, babe, this isn't mine.
I know. I know. I happen to love you too.
All right, cut.
He looks over it at that point. So yeah, it really like confuses the hell out of me when we have got allegations like what she's making, and you know, she's saying, oh god, you know, my top was a bit low on these days, and you know, he looked at me funny or made a face or just said just even said her outfit was nice, and you know, she took that as sexual harassment, but then went on to have total control over that scene, and her bra is on show by choice, and she's walking around in that scene, and I mean, the outfit does not look right for the scene. Like, who walks through a hospital dressed like that day to day? But she had no problem doing that, shooting that scene at all, and yet she was so traumatized, so was her husband, so were her kids, that you know, she couldn't get out of bed. If anyone can explain this to me and make it make sense, please do, because at this point I'm at a total loss. Thanks, guys. Just needed to air that.